Yesterday, as Father Dave began his homily, he asked us if we were familiar with the expression, the patience of Job. I think it would be safe to say that the saint we are commemorating today, Saint Therese of the Child Jesus, had the patience of Job. She was only 15 when she entered the convent. She died at the age of 24, but from 15 to 24, she endured resentment from some of the other members of her community, experienced interior darkness, and the onset of tuberculosis. But like her counterpart in the book of Job, she too could proclaim that, as for me, I know my vindicator lives, whom I shall see with my own eyes. My inmost being is consumed with longing. And she continues to be an inspiration for so many people today. Her perseverance in her little way of confidence and love. Her story is the story of countless millions of men and women who inhabit the face of our earth since the day that Jesus first appointed the 72 and sent them ahead of him to every town and place he intended to visit. It was inspirational today to listen to that scripture reading, how the early followers were asked to embrace a simple life, to go forth to different towns and share their confidence in Jesus and his mission to establish his kingdom on earth. Clearly, they possessed what Therese would come to possess, and hopefully what we too would come to possess, to be consumed with a longing for Jesus and to be able to say that we know that our vindicator lives. The story of Therese serves as a reminder to millions today that proclaiming Christ does not require us to travel the world. Therese lived in a convent, entered when she was 15, and she managed to accomplish great things through her simple way. And we too can do this wherever we are planted, in our families, schools, workplaces. And it's so gratifying to hear of examples of how this continues to be done in so many lives. Proof that God is alive and still inviting people to go out ahead of him and make him known, loved, and served. You know, on some of our national news programs, there's sometimes stories of these uplifting events. And you no doubt have your own stories. And in fact, are the story. The young boy who noticed his neighbor's lawn was overgrown and simply decided to cut the grass, not knowing that the neighbor was hospitalized and forever grateful. Or the elderly resident who, from a nursing home, walked with his walker several miles every day to arrive at a crossing. What to do what? To simply wave to passing school buses and in return have students and drivers wave back to him. They showed their appreciation with cards of thanks, and he showed that he too had appropriated the message of the little way that Saint Therese was noted for. Recently, in leading our rosary prayer here and offering meditation on the Ascension, I referenced the scripture that said, "Why do you stand looking up into heaven?" An angel asked that of people after Jesus was taken up into heaven. Well, if the truth be told, many of us spend a lot of time waiting for Jesus to create a welcoming kingdom here on earth. But in truth, the call has gone out to all of us, as it did to the 72, as it did to Saint Therese. And Jesus is waiting for us to seek the grace to change our hearts and our society. And we marvel today how Saint Therese was able to do just that through her little way.